So let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for
Floyd Mayweather just unleashed hell on Jake Paul during their latest altercation, and it's taking the fight world by storm. Yes, Money Mayweather just went all out at the YouTuber turned boxer, no holds barred. So our guy Floyd here always had a hunch that this kid was bound to do something that would rattle the entire boxing scene. And he decided to take one for the team and humble the former Disney star. Jake needs to understand that he hasn't become the king of the fight world by picking up a couple of knockout wins against washed-up athletes. And Floyd has sent the message loud and clear. You're a nobody, Jakey. Mayweather didn't just verbally dismantle Paul. He also delivered a masterclass in intimidation. The physical presence of the undefeated champion was overwhelming for the younger fighter. Every intense stare and move from Mayweather seemed to get under Paul's skin and mess with his head. The best part? We've got it all on camera. Let's break it down. This brawl was straight up wild. I mean, we've seen pushing and shoving before, but this was next level. Mayweather was in Jake's face, man. And let me tell you, Jake didn't back down at first. But when Mayweather started landing those shots, you could see the shock on Jake's face. And that's when things got real. They went ham. Security was trying to break it up, but it was too late. Mayweather was on a mission. So let's talk about the real reason Mayweather went off on Jake Paul. It isn't just about Jake talking trash. It's about disrespecting the whole boxing legacy. Mayweather, the man, the legend, he's seen it all. He's fought the best of the best. And now this kid, who got famous on YouTube, thinks he's on the same level as Ali and Tyson? Come on, man. Floyd's been watching this kid run his mouth for too long, acting like he's the next big thing, calling out legends and tarnishing the sport. Mayweather's like, enough is enough. He's worked his whole life to build up boxing, and he ain't gonna let some YouTuber come in and ruin it. This ain't about money, it's about respect. Mayweather's defending the honor of the sport. He's showing Jake and the whole world that you can't just talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. And let's be real, Jake got a taste of that walk and he didn't like it. Like Floyd always says, I'm the best ever, and he proved it again. Not just with his boxing skills, but by standing up for what's right. Hear me out, folks. Jake's status as a legitimate boxer is still a topic of discussion. Does fighting a couple of retired NBA players and MMA stars and losing to Tommy Fury make you a big enough boxer to step into the ring with Mike Tyson? Unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you know the problem child is set to step into the ring with Iron Mike, and this fight has ticked the fight world off. Let's be honest, this matchup has somewhat started growing on us, but from a boxing point of view, it's dreadful. You know, apart from all the entertaining trash talk between Mike and Jake, Floyd knows this fight is bad news for Paul because he's not been tested against a seasoned pro yet.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's going to be bad.
Press subscribe for Elite Combat Productions.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, what he's doing, it's good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's gonna be bad. And let me tell you, it doesn't get any more real than freaking Mike Tyson. Let's talk about Mike. This ain't no joke, guys. We're talking about the original bad boy of boxing, the man who knocked out opponents like lights out. Tyson was a beast in his prime, and let's be real, he's still got that killer instinct. Even at 58, this dude's in insane shape. He's been posting clips of his workouts, and it's like he's 25 again. One of Floyd's biggest criticisms of Jake Paul is his readiness to fight elite boxers. Specifically, Floyd has been vocal about Jake's audacious challenge to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, is in a different league altogether. Floyd's words were clear and cutting. Jake isn't ready for a fighter like Canelo.
It get fucked up by Canelo.
Floyd Mayweather predicted long ago that Jake Paul would stir up trouble in the boxing world. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. Jake Paul's obsession with fighting Mike Tyson became one of the most talked about stories in boxing. Jake Paul, you gotta give him credit for taking on this challenge. He's fought some big guys before, sure, but Tyson is on a whole different level. This is the man who knocked out Michael Spinks in 91 seconds. 91 seconds! And let's not forget about Evander Holyfield, twice. Jake's definitely in the toughest fight of his career. But here's the thing. Floyd doesn't give two flying hoots about who the problem child steps into the ring with. The whole boxing community knows this is a celebrated money fight that's going to be a big payday for both athletes, and Floyd's never against money fights, but Jake acting like he's better than Tyson?
I would win. Serious as a heart attack. I think he thinks that he would knock me out, and I think that is maybe the reason why he doesn't want to do the fight, because I think he wants to avoid maybe knocking me out.
He doesn't realize how good you are.
Exactly.
If he knew, maybe he would
maybe the fight would happen.
You think you can knock him out?
Can I ask you a question?
I think there's a very,
that's
very high chance of that. He's not the same fighter that he once was, and he knows that.
That's just straight up disrespect, and Floyd isn't taking it lying down. I mean, it gets on our nerves when Paul acts like he's in the big leagues, so you can only imagine how furious the boxing legends get when they see a newbie athlete come for them. So as a result, Money Mayweather decided to humble Jake Paul. He dropped a bombshell in the form of a verbal smackdown, and oh boy, was it brutal. Get this. Jake Paul just fought Mike Perry and got the win by KO in the 6th round. 3 knockdowns looked impressive, right? But don't get it twisted, Floyd Mayweather is not impressed. Floyd's like, you beat up some bare-knuckle athlete, big deal. He's basically calling out Jake's opponents, saying they're not real boxers. And let's be real, compared to the guys Floyd fought, these dudes are like sparring partners. Mayweather's on a mission to expose Jake, man. He's putting pressure on him to back out of the Mike Tyson fight. It's like a mental game, and Floyd's killing it. Jake's got to prove something now, not just with his fists, but with his words. But here is where it gets dirty. Get this. Floyd and Jake haven't really been on the best of terms and have been eyeing each other as potential opponents for a long time now. Word on the street says that Mayweather had a motive behind scaring Paul away from the Mike Tyson bout. I mean, he could just be a good Samaritan who doesn't want Paul to dig his own grave by stepping into the ring with the legend, but boxing fans aren't buying that. If there's one thing you need to know about Mayweather, it's that he'd never say no to a good money exhibition fight. The former pro boxer has made it clear that he's only in exhibition boxing for the big bucks. Looks like all the dollars he made during his great boxing career are coming in short. Now, if there's a big PPV star out there right now, it's Jake Paul, and that's thanks to his huge following on YouTube. I guess getting into boxing after years and years of creating a loyal fan base does come with its own perks. Money Mayweather has been trying to negotiate with Paul for quite some time now, but talks always break out between the two. Mayweather isn't just talking trash, he's ready to throw down. He's tired of Jake playing games, building this hype, and fooling the fans. Floyd's like, I'm gonna put a stop to this circus myself. He wants to show the world that Jake is nothing but a showman, a master manipulator. He's calling Jake out, straight up. Mayweather's plan? Get Jake out of this Tyson fight and into the ring with him. Same night, same arena, AT&T Stadium. Can you imagine the hype? It'd be the biggest fight of the year, maybe the decade. Floyd's stirring the pot, and it's working. Jake Paul is straight up panicking right now. That black eye from Mayweather was a major L, and it's got him shaken. He's probably hiding under his covers, dreaming about Floyd's punches. This guy is all talk, all bravado on social media, but when it comes to real-life confrontation, he's a total chicken. It's been radio silence from his camp since the brawl, and that's suspicious. We all know Jake's a non-stop chatterbox, always tweeting and posting some crazy stuff. For him to go completely quiet, something's definitely up. Maybe his team's trying to protect him from himself, or maybe they're strategizing their next move. Either way, Jake's reputation is already damaged goods. He's played the tough guy for so long, and now everyone's seeing him for who he really is. Hashtags like Jock Mayweather vs Paul, Jock Jake Paul exposed, and Floyd is the GOAT are trending like wildfire. People are posting memes, GIFs, and all sorts of hilarious content roasting Jake. Fans are tweeting left and right, Jake Paul is the biggest fraud in boxing history. Mayweather needs to end this circus once and for all. Another one says, can't wait to see Floyd knock Jake out cold. It's going to be the most satisfying knockout ever. And let's not forget this gem. Jake Paul is just a YouTuber with delusions of grandeur. He's in way over his head. It's clear the fans have spoken, and they want to see Mayweather versus Paul. All eyes are on Jake right now. The ball's in his court. He's the one ducking Floyd. Plain and simple. He's picking on older guys and talking a big game, but when it comes to facing a real, active boxer in his prime, he's nowhere to be found. It's starting to look like a joke, man. Jake wants to be a champion. He's got to stop playing games and fight someone his own age and weight class. If he wants to be respected as a boxer, he needs to earn it, not just talk about it. All right, so there you go, Fight World. That's all I have for you today. What do you think about Floyd Mayweather humbling Jake Paul? Fill in the comment section with your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more boxing news. See you in the next video.